It was actually our doctor said that when you have over $1,000 damage, that when you go to sell it, that you'll have a diminished return. And he suggested, in fact, he gave me the name of referral, All Appraisal, I think that's the name of the company. And he said, let them come down and let them look at it. So we did. He said, where's the cargo net? I said, cargo net? I said, oh, I wasn't even aware they hadn't put it back in. That really made me angry that they didn't even.
Well, you had a telephone.
They didn't even put the car net back in, a cargo net. He said, this is unhappy. He said the welding isn't right. And then see, they didn't even, whatever their glue is or whatever their fixture is, they never even painted it to match the rest of the back. And said, this is not good work. I'm really worried. Will you take it over to and let them look at it? They looked at it, I think it was the day later, and they said the damage has not been done right. I mean, it hasn't been corrected. The repairs weren't done right. I went over there, I think it was 2 days later. The whole car had masking tape in 20 different places on the car, and I didn't pay much attention to that. The technician was showing the appraiser, whatever you want to call, what was going on. He says, well, they're showing you where the work wasn't done right. And then so I walked up there and discovered that the top of the car, that instead of painting the whole top of the car, they had stopped halfway, and if you looked at it carefully, you could see that the paint did not match, and it was a sloppy job. And then they showed how they had pounded on the car but had not smoothed it out afterwards. And then they asked me, and I kept asking, was there any frame damage? No frame damage, no frame damage. I asked them at least 4 or 5 times that, several times when I was in there. And so then they asked me, the adjuster got under, and they asked me to come look, and I could see the damage, that it had been damaged and they had not repaired it or anything. When we all get done, I wasn't sure who this appraiser was, how he was associated, but when we get all of done, he turned to me and said, I'm sorry. The worker Bob over said, can we do the work? And he said yes. And do they have a rental car of the same value? And he said yes.
We were getting a little bit
we weren't
unhappy.
We were very happy. What I really thought was, well, I've had other work done there. I wonder if my pickup was repaired properly too. You just wondered if any of the work had been done correctly.
Well, and then
yes,
got done with it on a Monday.
No, they got done with it on a
Monday.
On a Thursday. No, they got done with it on a Thursday, and on Friday, the insurance company, they made contact with the insurance company, and they said that we'll mail the check. We waited, and I think they didn't even express mail the check. They could have express mailed, so we waited another 4 days waiting for the check to arrive, and it didn't arrive until the following Monday. So it was in there another week because they didn't have the courtesy to express mail it. That really ticked me off. You haven't asked me how much the total cost was.
No, I haven't. Why don't you tell me how much was the total cost?
$8,400.
Adding everything together.
Yeah, that's rounded off.
Yeah. Do you understand the concept that insurance companies have partnerships with certain repair shops?
We found that out.
Okay. So through this process, you learned that.
Yeah.
What kind of a relationship now do you think that those shops have with the insurance companies? How would you describe it?
How would I describe that relationship? Oh, I think that they figure out how they can cut costs and so that they can do the least amount of repairs possible to save the insurance company. They're not doing, well, an honest work, I don't think.